Hey guys, Denise here with Print Aura. Today I want to talk to you about ways that you can get designs created for an affordable price. I know a lot of people are really interested in selling products online, but you might not be so artistically talented and you might need a little help creating the designs. I'm going to talk about a website today called Fiverr.com. We'll make sure to link to their website in the description of this video so you guys can check it out for yourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Fiverr. So, Fiverr is a really cool website where people with a bunch of different skill sets can have a place to sell their services to people who need them. Services on Fiverr start for, you guessed it, around $5. They can go up from there depending on the different options of the projects, but they're still really affordable. Fiverr can be a great vehicle for you to be able to bring your design ideas to life. So let's get right into it. The first thing you need to do is sign up for an account. It's a really easy process. It only takes a couple minutes. Okay, so now that we've signed up, you need to start searching for an artist to create your t-shirt design. So there are tons of people on this site, and it can be kind of challenging to find the right artist. So I put together some tips to help you guys find the right person to create your design for you. So we'll go up to this top bar here where it has all the different topics for services. We're going to want to look right here where it says graphics and designs. So they have a section specifically for t-shirts, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to look there. I looked through it earlier. It was actually kind of limited in the design offerings. So I actually started looking in the illustration section, which is actually a pretty similar service. For the purposes of this video though, we'll go ahead and look through the t-shirt design offerings. So when I use Fiverr, I'll usually scroll through all of these and just click on like literally a dozen or so that catch my eye. And then I'll go through each one of the pages with a fine-tooth comb. And there's a couple different things I'm looking for, and I'll go over them with you guys right now. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one and use it as an example. So one of the first things I want to be looking at is their design style. I want to find someone that's capable of designing in the style that I'm looking for. In other words, if I want a cupcake shirt created or something really feminine, I'm not going to hire the guy who has a ton of motorcycle club examples in his portfolio. Also, if you have a quote or a phrase in mind for your t-shirt, you want to make sure that you choose someone that has a lot of really great typography examples. So the design that I have in mind is something that's more typography based, which just means it's words. It's a quote. Maybe I want a couple graphics with it, but I want to make sure that I find someone that's really good with using fonts. And the next thing I really look for is the consistency in their examples. So I'm going to go through this person's portfolio and make sure that all of their designs look like they were designed by the same person. A word of caution, some people take other people's designs to create fake portfolios to draw people in. So, if somebody has 10 designs and they're all awesome, but they look like they were all created by totally different people, they probably were. So, I'm going to go through this designer's work and check out all their designs, make sure they're pretty similar. So far, I see a lot of typography stuff. It all does look like a pretty similar quality and a pretty similar aesthetic. So if I was to use this person, I would feel pretty confident that the work they're showing in their portfolio is their actual work. Okay, so cool. So the third thing I'm looking for is revisions. I want to make sure that the package that I'm interested in includes at least one revision, but the more the better. This just means if you aren't happy with the design when they provide it for you, the artist will make changes however many times they have listed. So they end up putting this in different places sometimes. You can see here it's in the packages, revisions. This person offers two revisions in all three of their packages, which is good. It's not great. Some people will offer you unlimited revisions, and that really gives you a really great opportunity to get the design exactly the way you want it. With this person, you have two chances to make edits and try to get it the way you want it to look. So, the fourth thing I like to look at is the person's reviews and ratings. So, this person has 866 reviews, which is a pretty good number, and they have an average 4.9 rating, which is pretty high. So, I'm going to go ahead and click on it. So, normally I would give these a good solid read through. Obviously, I'm not going to read all 866, but something I like to do is go through and read a handful of the positive reviews and then also filter out and read some of the negative reviews and kind of like see how the seller responds to people. So, the fifth thing I want to look at is the pricing. So, most of these services start at $5, but like I said, and like you can see here, they go up in price depending on the package you want. So, you want to look through, see what they include, and make sure that the package you're buying is what you want and that it's in your price range. In the end, if all of my five boxes are checked, which again, number one, that the design style matches the shirt that I want designed. Number two, that their portfolio is consistent. Number three, that they provide revisions. Number four, that they have good ratings. And number five, that their pricing is in my price range. Then it's time to go ahead and proceed with your order. So, for the sake of time, I already looked through about 15 or 16 different service pages, and I ended up deciding on this one. Funny enough, it wasn't in the t-shirt section and it wasn't in the illustration section. I actually found this person in the logo section. I went through their whole portfolio and their aesthetic is really, really similar to exactly how I want my shirt design. It's very typography based. They look like they do a great job with fonts and all their designs are really consistent. So I have a really good confidence that this person has created all these images and that they'll be able to do something really similar for me. So this artist definitely checks off my number one thing I'm looking for, which is a design style that I'm vibing with. And they're very consistent, like I said. The third thing I look for, revisions. They actually offer unlimited revisions for all of their packages, which is awesome. So I also checked out their reviews, and out of almost 2,000 reviews, they're still maintaining a 4.9 rating, which is really awesome. So I went ahead and checked out their negative reviews, and there weren't very many, and I read through all of them, and they all more or less just had to do with the fact that he was slow at communicating with them, which, if that's the worst thing that people are complaining about, I see that as a really good sign. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and order my t-shirt design through this person. So now that I'm ready to go ahead and place my order with this person, I need to tackle a slight issue. So this job is actually for a logo and not for a t-shirt design. But I really like the work this person does, and I liked it a lot better than any of the t-shirt specific jobs that I found. So all I did was come down to their seller information here and contact them. So basically, all I did was that I messaged them and I just said, "Hey, I really love the style of your logos. I've been looking for someone to do a graphic quote for me for a t shirt, but I haven't found anyone in those areas that I like the look from." And then I gave him some information about the quote I wanted and asked him if he would be able to create it for me. And he wrote me back and said, "Hi, sure, I'd love to." And he set up a job for me. So if you find someone's design work that you really love, it absolutely doesn't hurt just to message them and ask them if they're willing to do a different kind of job for you. You can also go to a seller's account by clicking on their name here. And if you scroll down, sometimes they'll have this option here where they ask you, need something else, and you can actually request a custom order here. So this is the offer that I am going to use. So I'm just going to give this a quick look over to make sure everything that I want is checked, and it is, so I'm going to click order now. So the total of my order comes out to $15.75, which is extremely reasonable seeing as that I'm getting unlimited revisions on this design. I'm getting the design itself, they're providing transparency, and I'm also getting the editable files so that if there's something that I don't like later on, I can go back in and change it. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed with my payment. Okay, so now that I have chosen my artist and I have paid for the design, it's going to take me to this page where it says that it can't start my order until I give it some input. So it's basically going to ask me what I want in my design. And every seller has a different way to ask you to describe the design you want, and they all ask you for different information. This part is really, really important, and you want to give them as much clear and detailed directions as possible about what you want. If you have a certain color scheme in mind, you need to let them know. If you want certain parts sized specifically, you need to let them know. The more specific you can be about what you want, the higher the chances are that you're going to get something back that is close to what you had in mind. So, there is one thing that you definitely need to remember to include in your description to the seller, and that's Print Aura's image requirements. So, I'm having a t shirt made, so I'm going to come back to the Print Aura website, go to the Images tab, and click on the image size/format guide, and scroll down to where it says t-shirts and make sure that they have all of this information here so that they are able to create a design that works for Print Aura's image requirements. Because if they make it and it's 150 dpi or it's in the wrong color profile or whatever, it's going to be hard for you to use to actually have it printed out on a shirt. So the first thing I'm going to type in here is our image requirements. So I just kind of let them know, here are the image requirements. I need to make sure that your design follows the requirements below, and it's a CMYK color profile, 300 dpi, and then I gave him the size. So after you've shared the image requirements with the seller, you should go through and answer all of their questions to the best of your ability. Another great idea to help the seller kind of understand the style you're looking for is to find examples of the design style that you like. So I went to Pinterest and I found a couple examples and I saved them to my computer and I'm just going to attach them here. When you provide examples to the seller, make sure they understand why you're providing those specific examples. You don't want to just randomly attach or link to a bunch of different designs. You want to be specific about why you're attaching them. If you have a really specific design in mind, another thing you can do is to create a mock up of the design. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it will give the seller an idea of exactly what you're looking for. I also let the seller know at the very end that he should feel free to contact me if he needs any clarifications. So I'm feeling pretty confident about my description and that I've answered all of his questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start my order. So now it's telling me that my requirements were submitted and that my order is in progress. So now all we need to do is just sit and wait. So I'll see you guys in a couple days. Okay, so I just got an email letting me know that my order has been delivered. I even got a little bit early, which is awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it and check it out. So here's a design. I like it. I think that I probably will make a couple revisions. I don't really like the font in the middle. It's kind of hard to read. The T's look kind of like L's, like it first read to me like it said lake. Lake this. Let's lake this outside. So, yeah, I'm going to take a couple minutes and think about the things that I want changed about it. I do get unlimited revisions using this seller, which is awesome. If you have limited revisions, make sure that you really nail down exactly everything you want changed about the design. It's nice to just get it done and get the revisions right the first time. So the way I can make revisions is come down here to where it says request revision. If the first thing the person sends you is perfect, you can just hit accept and review order, but I'm going to request a revision. And you can just do so here. So it's really important to be as clear and specific about the changes you want here as possible. So I took a minute and considered all the different things that I wanted changed about the design that he sent over. So I'm going to go ahead and just paste that in right now. I basically asked him to change the font that's in the middle to something that's more readable. I'm also going to go ahead and attach another file that I wanted to use as an example. So I'm going to go ahead and submit my request. And I'll check back in with you guys once the revision is sent to me. Hey guys, so I got a notification that one of my revisions had been sent to me. I did go through and do 3 or 4 different revisions, but I'm really happy with the end product. Just to show you guys the end result that I did end up accepting was this version of it. I think it looks a lot cleaner. It's a lot more easily readable than the first one I was sent, and I think it goes together really well, and I am pretty happy with it. So since I was happy with the order, I just had to go ahead and click the button that said accept and review order. And then I went ahead and left the seller a review. I thought he did a really good job. He listened to me, he worked with me. I kind of felt like I was being a little picky and maybe like I was being a pain in the butt, but he was really patient and easy to work with. So, since I accepted the order, he went ahead and sent me all of these different file types. I have an AI file that I can use in Illustrator, a PDF, a PNG, which will preserve opacity, a JPEG, and an EPS file. I can use both the AI file and the EPS file to size the design to however big or small I want, which is really cool and helpful. So that's really all there is to it, guys. Now I have all these different file types of the design I commissioned from the seller, and I'm free to use it on whatever t-shirt or mug or tote bag or whatever I want. And the whole process, again, only cost me $15.75. That's a great value for a design that you can use on your different products. So, for all you guys out there who really want to be able to sell t shirts and things like that online, but you don't really have the design skills to translate your vision into a digital format, I really hope you give Fiverr a try. It can be a great and really affordable way to take what you're envisioning and make it come to life. I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. I know it was a bit of a longer one, so thanks for sticking it out to the end. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.